Hey, who doesn't intro is Tookomplex here, and we're back again reviewing another episode of Dragon Ball Super, episode 111, the Surreal Supreme Battle, Hit versus Jiren. And joining us to review this episode 111, my boy ItsRemi.
What's going on, guys?
Without wasting any more time, let's get right into the episode. So, I knew it from the beginning I knew it from the last episode, talking about what was going to happen between Goku and Frieza. And what he said, like the lines that Frieza has said about, oh, this reminds me from what happened with Namek. I knew that Frieza was going to give energy to Goku because that's what he did in the battle between Goku and Frieza back in Namek. So, but it did really kind of make it dramatic on the sense of like, it looked like Frieza was going to end Goku. Well, there was no reason of Frieza trying to end Goku because we still don't know his motives of what he wants to do. All we gotta know is that we gotta watch out for something that he might be doing in the next coming episodes. We just gotta find out.
Yeah, sadly, the fact that Frieza heals Goku was spoiled for me in the Instagram comment section.
Wait, what happened?
I don't know, I just went to the Explore section and they were talking about episode 110 and 109. And in the comment section, someone said that it was spoiled that Frieza heals Goku.
Oh,
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I try to do. I try to, like, after I watch an episode of, like, Dragon Ball Super or anything, I just try to avoid anything for, like, a couple of days. Because people, like, make up stories or, like, I don't know how they find out this information, but...
I don't know how they found out about the spoilers. It doesn't make some sense, but whatever.
I don't know.
Frieza then explains to Goku that that he achieved Ultra Instinct, and he says that that's what the gods were calling it anyway. And Goku kind of just thinks to himself about what that could mean.
From what we left off from the last episode, the battle between Hit and Jiren starts off, and immediately Hit just starts using his time skip against Jiren. Hit is not able to land a single hit on Jiren. We can see that Jiren is still we can see that Jiren is really OP to the sense like anything that comes at him doesn't mean anything. Like he's too overpowered, I guess.
After Jiren is just straight destroying Hit with his time skip, he tries to use the attack that he used on Goku a while ago, where he teleports to another dimension, and he leaves a clone into the current dimension, so that way he can attack you from behind and you wouldn't expect it. But of course, that doesn't work on Jiren either, because Jiren's just too freaking strong. So Jiren just turns around and blocks. No, I don't even know. He punches Hit or blocks it. Anyway, they continue to fight, and Hit continues to use time skip. Every god begins to point out that it's pretty much pointless at this point, and that there has to be a reason behind it. So people start to think that Hit has a plan for it. We find out that Hit was actually trying to master the perfect time to counter Jiren.
Then we get to see that Goku, being Goku, just watching from a distance of the fight. He's being intrigued of Hit fighting Jiren and actually like standing up against Jiren. But then we see that somebody's watching Goku from behind, and then it ended up being the two Namekians from Universe 6. We finally get to see a little bit of them in action. But then before they blast Goku, Piccolo and Gohan come to block the attacks and basically saying, "You gotta fight us," and basically cuts off there. We don't get to see them fight, but we will see them fight in the next episode. One thing we do see once we see the Namekians from Universe 6 is there a different color shade of green. I don't know if that has to take into account of rank or of how strong they could possibly be.
Maybe the color is just to differentiate between Piccolo and the other Namekian, so you don't confuse who's who. Anyway, freaking Ribrianne comes back for like the 8th time, still fighting Vegeta. I really don't understand why they don't just go blue and knock her off the stage like Goku almost did. They're pretty much wasting more stamina staying in base form, fighting for minutes and minutes instead of just going blue and finishing it in one hit.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, I feel like the reason... Well, we can clearly see, like, right there, like, also that Ribrianne doesn't really stand against any of the Saiyans. Like, Goku was in his base form, handling her, like, no problem. And now we have Vegeta fighting against her, and he's still in his base form, just fighting her. Like, I feel like the reason they're fighting in their base form is because they don't want to waste their energy. It can go either way, like them being in their base form, meaning they're not wasting enough energy, but at the same time, they're wasting more time fighting them instead of fighting somebody else.
Yeah.
Somehow, again, where Brienne is safe for another episode, basically, and she just manages to escape, and that's it. We don't get to see anything more of her, and then we just continue on the fight between Hit and Jiren. We see that the Saints from Universe 6 are just observing on the side, seeing the battle between Hit and Jiren. Khalifa gets ready to help, but then Kaba stops him from getting in between the fight and saying like the reason of Hit basically doing all of this is because he has something in mind.
So that he's basically trying to find the perfect time to hit him instead of I don't know if he's going faster than the usual time to block or to hit, or if he's probably just gonna like offset it a little bit. So he throws Jiren off guard and lands a perfect hit.
I was expecting the hold to be like some like damage over time or do something. We ended up finding out what the move actually does. The punch that Hit landed on Jiren was basically he's paralyzed him and stopped him in time. Basically that was Hit's trump card. We still get to see that the Saiyans from Universe 6 are just watching. And like they honestly should have done something because Jiren was literally at the edge of the arena. Like the punch that Hit landed, like leaving the hole, like threw him all the way to the edge of the map. And like I don't know why they should have just pushed him or something, or just broke the floor, like broke the part of the stage to just knock him out. But I don't know. They just want to extend the episodes, make it more dramatic as possible.
Hit then tells all the Saiyans to go and fight like around the stage to go fight the other enemies off. It's very rare for Hit to communicate with his teammates because he likes to work alone, as he's told Goku before. Vados points out that it's probably because Hit is using all of his energy to keep Jiren in this little time trap thing, and that he probably won't have any energy afterwards.
Jiren is actually breaking out of the barrier. Like he's just way too strong, honestly. Like he is too OP on the sense of like he's just still managing to slightly move and gain more power. Like I don't know where he's getting this energy, or like because he did stop moving for a couple seconds,
I
and then
mean,
now he just starts moving.
if you think about it, it's not too OP because he's in the same. Essentially, Hit trapped Jiren in another dimension. Hit also travels to another dimension. And if you remember from a long time ago, I don't remember the name of the episode or whatever, when Hit and Goku were fighting and Hit traveled to another dimension, Goku literally broke the dimension that Hit was in and then brought him back to the dimension that he was in so that they can
True.
fight again. So, I mean, we've already seen the little third dimension or whatever you want to call it get broken. So it's not like it hasn't been defeated
Yeah, but
before. It's
yeah, but
just
remember
a
that
different
hit.
version.
But remember, Hit always gets stronger through time. Like throughout the course of the battles, he does get strong. He has like I don't. It's not the same as like a Saiyan's power, like, but it's like something like because you saw when the battle, like he does get stronger over time.
Yeah,
So that's why he was timing it. So like
yeah, yeah.
this trump card, his like time freeze punch or whatever it's called, it was like the strongest form of like his strongest ability. So I don't know. Yeah, he could. Yeah, it could just be that. But
Yeah, true, true.
Hit like realizes he has to end it right here. If not, like he's not gonna have enough energy. Like the barrier's just gonna break from holding him off. So he tries to land like his last hit on Jiren, but Jiren does his move, what he always does. He just looks at the enemy, looks at Hit, and blocks the attack. And then the dramatic music goes on, and you know that it's not gonna go well for Hit, and he just starts getting beat up by just Jiren looking at him. He just gets punched like over 1,000 times, and then he just gets tossed across the stage, and it just looks like it's over for Hit. And then when Hit tries to stand up, he just gets crushed by a blast and gets actually knocked out. I wasn't expecting Hit to actually get knocked out. Like this was only like the second time. Well, I feel like it was the first time that Hit was actually trying to fight. Like was fighting somebody like his heart out. Like they should have like at least extended like 2 or 3 episodes. Like maybe like yeah, this fight would have ended and then Hit would have had recovered and he would have tried again, and then that's would have been the triumph of like Hit losing. But they just ended at one episode. I felt like it was too short.
I feel like Hit's screen time was good, but it wasn't enough in terms of what he's done. As in, the fight between Dispa wasn't really an amazing fight, and anyway, Goku ended up coming in last second, saving Hit because he was getting beat. And then when the next time we see him is fighting Jiren, and he gets knocked off the stage, and then he doesn't get like a second chance kind of thing. It just hits gone for the rest of the tournament. So I'm really like, I doubt it's gonna happen, but I'm really hoping that somehow Hit gets back in the tournament because I know how strong Hit can be, and how much of a good fight basically the trio will put up, Hit, Jiren, and
Yeah,
Goku.
that would have been like really nice, like if all three at the end, like fighting and then just going at it, and like the stage just crumbling, things going crazy, storms happening or something like that. I don't know. But then right after Hit gets knocked out, the Grand Piece tells us that we have reached the halfway mark, and I don't know what he does, but the sky starts changing, and Goku and Frieza seems to react in this episode on like what's happening. I feel like it could be poison of some sort. Like over time, they get weaker, or they get a power boost, or just to like make the matches go faster, or maybe gravity has changed, so maybe it's lighter. They can fight faster, stronger, or maybe heavier. Like, I doubt it will be heavier because they're trying to end it faster. But I don't know. We just gotta see in the coming episodes what this color of change in the sky is affecting the players.
Then we go back to basically Jiren and his crew, Topo and Dispo. And essentially, Jiren says that there's nobody left strong enough to fight him. So he just starts meditating, which is seen as disrespect to everyone because he's saying that nobody's good enough for him. Seeing that he's vulnerable, two people from some universe plan an attack to him. So basically, one of them distracts Topo and Dispo, and he makes them charge towards him. And while they leave Jiren's side, the other one goes to attack Jiren. And Jiren's little force field of energy that he blocks everything with just straight up destroys and blocks the attack. And Topo throws a little line saying that if you can't even get past his shield, then
You're
you
not
can't
even worth
even.
fighting him. Basically, he's like
Yeah,
you're not even
he's
strong
basically
enough
not
to
even
even
worth
like
fighting.
phase him or anything like that. So yeah, basically that's how like the episode
Yeah.
ends, and we just gotta wait for the next episode to see what happens. But we get an episode preview, and it's like it's just like an episode focused on like kind of like Kaba and Vegeta. Like probably there might be some training involved, or like I don't know, like forcing Kaba to go to the next level, because all we have seen is Kaba go Super Saiyan. Khalifa, she's already Super Saiyan 2, I think, or Super Saiyan 3. I don't know, whatever. Super Saiyan 2. Let's just go for that. But she already ascended Kaba, so maybe Vegeta's gonna help him like skip
Yeah.
to Super Saiyan Blue. We never know. I don't know why he will help him. I don't know. It's just
Yeah.
more like I feel like Vegeta like kind of has like a bond with Kaba, but it is the wrong time and place to have a bond because this is the universe for survival, not to make friends. I don't know, but
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, that's basically it. It's just kind of like scenarios here and there of like what the episode's gonna be, of like Kaba, Vegeta, um, Gohan and Piccolo fighting the Namekians. Hopefully they're not like weak. They're not too strong, because I don't know, they haven't really showed us of what the Namekians can do, and if they're different from the Namekians we know from our universe. Maybe they're gonna fuse, I don't know, like a last resort, and then they're gonna really become strong. But because that's what Namekians can do, they can fuse one each other, and it will help them dramatically become stronger. Hopefully they take it to account and maybe do it. But yeah, that's how. You want to add anything?
Um, I was just gonna add on the Vegeta and Kaba thing. Yeah, Vegeta definitely. We see that Vegeta definitely has like a thing for Kaba in the sense of that. I don't know. Maybe he thinks of him as like a prodigy, or Kaba's also like one of the only Saiyans that look up to Vegeta, and Vegeta considers himself the prince of all Saiyans or whatever. So maybe Vegeta likes the feeling of being like looked up to. And maybe he actually feels like a prince for once in
True,
his life.
true. Just doesn't
Um,
have a planet to rule.
yeah, he finally has like a little fan base. We also when we see in the preview that Vegeta kicks Kaba in the stomach like really hard. And if we remember from the tournament between Universe 6 and Universe 7, I'm pretty sure that Vegeta kicked Kaba in the stomach, and that's how Kaba went Super Saiyan.
Oh yes, it's true. So maybe it
uh,
might trigger
If I remember
something like
correct.
actually like fighting an actual
Yeah,
villain, on the sense of like he doesn't have the whole like he doesn't care for his life, so he might like put him to the brink of like some new form, or some new form that Universe 7 has only
yeah.
that Universe 6 doesn't have.
All right, guys, that's pretty much it. I guess we're gonna have to wait for 112, even though it feels like a filler.
Yeah, so I'll put down the description of my boy ItsRemi. He does amazing work. He did all my social media designs from YouTube to Twitter to everything. So check him out below. I'm gonna put a link down in the description. Subscribe to him. See if you like his work. Don't forget to drop a like on the video if you like this type of review with 2 people. Maybe I'll have 3 people or a group of. Yeah, so and then also comment down below, what do you think about the episode? What do you think is gonna happen? And if you haven't subscribed so already, do so already. I post a bunch of Call of Duty videos, Dragon Ball Z videos, Dragon Ball Super videos, and many more with the upcoming Call of Duty game, World War II, which is going to be amazing from what it looks like from playing the beta. So until next time, this is Tookomplex signing out.
Peace.